What up, guys? Pepper2 Spicy here, and I know I'm gonna be a little bit late on this delivery of news, since by this time this goes up, it's probably gonna be like a few days old. But you know, I might as well share my thoughts on the recent development in Tekken 7, and you know, honestly, I haven't followed a lot of them because some of them have been just like self-explanatory, like oh Nina, ooh Bob, oh fuck Bob, well, you know what I mean. Anyways, the most interesting one has been revealed lately, is one that you couldn't really see coming outside of character reveals, was the some of the basic background lore of the new characters coming to Tekken 7. This was released on the Tokyo Game Show Tekken page, I believe, and it's being covered simply because Tokyo Game Show is coming up, and this is the first part of their early reveals for the upcoming game show in Tokyo. So, what we got here is thank you to Wonky Tonky, or it's not Wonky, Flying Wonky, not Wonky Tonky, who does the reporting for Avoiding the Puddle and translates the Famitsu articles and such, so that we, the plebs who cannot read Japanese, have a chance to understand them. So, going straight into it, we've got, of course, Lucky Chloe. Of course, we gotta go to that one first. It's the most prominent of, like, what the fuck's this character doing? Anyways, Lucky Chloe, fighting style, freestyle dance, country, unknown. As a child, Chloe's parents took her to As a child, Chloe's parents took her to an expo and was exposed to the Japanese idol culture, and since then, she has always wanted to be an idol. With her good looks, she set out being the world's best idol and named herself Lucky Chloe. Donning her cute costume, she went out to the world to show her dance moves and put other pros to shame. She quickly became world famous for when her dancing moves became viral on internet video sites. However, North American theater. Since then, she has collaborated with the G Corporation and signed a contract with them. She became a popular face of the company. She's advertised by the G Corporation as the company image. Despite the current struggle between the G Corporation and the Mishima Zaibatsu, she always puts a smile on a happy face during these difficult times. Alright, so the most important thing about Ty is that however North Americans hate her. She quickly became world famous for her dancing on viral on internet video sets. I don't think that's why she became famous, but maybe we shouldn't use the word famous. Maybe we should use the word infamous. And I mean, I think this is what they had planned for her lore before she even was released to the West, and then the people were just Harada was just like, you know what, add that in, F those people, you know, they don't like our idol kawaii shit, fuck them, you know, whatever, have a little troll to them in that comment. Otherwise, seems to be really disconnected kind of storyline, I guess. So the reason she's in the tournament then is to advertise for the G Corporation, which is, if you don't know, I think it's pretty much headed by Kazuya at this point. That the Mishima Zaibatsu is controlled by Jin or Heihachi, depending whoever you talk to, and that Kazuya owns the G Corporation. So she's naive and signed. Well, I guess not. Well, maybe not a lot of people know, but whatever. She's naive because she signed on for smiles and happiness when she's actually working under fucking a guy who's literally the devil. You know, that's probably really funny because at least Xiaoyu has some training in martial arts, and Lucky Chloe is like wall dancing, and at least Lily is like, I've got a good body for it. Like, she's tall, is wearing like heels and stuff for kicking and stuff. But Chloe, I'm having a hard time believing that she could take down Gigas, but whatever, it's a video game, who cares? And yeah, I guess just an idol. I guess her country is a secret because they didn't want to assign her to a specific country because people would hate her more. Like, they feel embarrassed that she was from her country, I guess. Because it's not really a country is unknown. It's more that the country's a secret, and I find this pretty funny. Although, she's probably from the West. I mean, she looks white, but she could also be, like, Asian. At least half Asian. I don't know. She's clearly a weeb. Clearly, like, an IRL weeb. Or IRG. In real game. Yeah, she's a weeb. Whatever. So, that's Chloe. And really simple. She's the joke character almost. Almost the joke character. Borderline. Almost. Anyways, we've got Claudio Serafino from Italy. Fighting style. Serious style exorcist sorcery. Which basically means magic bullshit. Oh, Violet's already been published officially. Interesting. The Archers of okay, I keep messing this up. The Archers of Sirius are a group of exorcists who have been banishing supernatural entities from this world since ancient times. A highly secretive organization, its existence unknown to the public, although it is not known how their existence was revealed. The well, I mean, when things are pretty secret, usually people with, like, huge power, that's just, like, just somehow conjure up the ability to reveal secret things. The Archers of Sirius were suddenly approached by the Mishima Zaibatsu. They were heavily requested by the Zaibatsu to join their conglomerate, but naturally refused. Did not stop them to stop persistent pressure from Mishima Zaibatsu, however. Eventually, the news of this approach from the Mishima Zaibatsu reached the de facto leader of the Archers of Sirius, Claudio Serafino. Determined to uncover the motives behind the Zaibatsu action, Claudio begins to investigate the Zaibatsu. Pretty much kind of like a hero storyline. I mean, not much to do with Italy, just like we are a bunch of exorcists and we hunt. They're basically like supernatural, like the two brothers, I guess, or any kind of like secretive supernatural slaying organization like Buffy. I guess it's like Buffy in a sense, or even like Van Helsing, although I don't really remember how it worked in Van Helsing. Alright, he's like they're just like kind of like superheroes, I guess, except more with the supernatural, not so much the Avengers style. I guess that's a pretty decent storyline. I mean, I'm guessing that the Zaibatsu is approaching him because they know how to uncover supernatural stuff, and they're probably approaching him about the Devil Gene and all that. And Claudio is like, I don't trust the Zaibatsu because unlike Lucky Chloe's, fucking Claudio is like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that stuff. That's some bad mojo. Also, not taking sides in a war, which is presumably still going on. I don't know. I don't even know if the war in Tekken 6 concluded yet. Alright. Gigas, fighting style, destructive impulse, country, data unknown. A fierce arms race between the Zaibatsu and the G Corporation. Once again, I'm wondering how both companies can even do that. I guess they're like military R&D, like they develop missiles and stuff, but how do they hire like mercenaries? I guess PMCs? PMCs that can rival other armies of the world? I'm not gonna give it too much thought. Anyway, Zaibatsu and the G Corporation has I'm just gonna call it the corporation from now on. And this Zaibatsu, just to shorten it. And so there's a corporation to design a new military model for use in war, with one development team being led by Jane, who is behind the... Oh, Jane is with the G Corporation? Interesting. Who is behind the Jack series military units, and another in the G Corporation that recently had... Oh, no, hold on. With one development team... Oh, okay, I get it. Another in G Corporation that has recently had a new biotechnological, that's a one hell of a word, weapon development breakthrough. This breakthrough has led to the creation of Gigas by enhancing the Jigens of strong fighters that turns them into fierce monsters. Determined to test out new fighting capabilities armed with a dislike to Heihachi Mishima. So I guess if he's paired with Heihachi Mishima, his Netsu is 0. I mean, -2. Gigas enters the King of Iron Fist tournament. So he may or may not be Marduk. And I didn't know that Jane would take sides on the war. I thought she was kind of a good person. So if you don't, I think Jane is the little girl that Jack rescued, like way back in like Tekken 1 or 2 or something. And then as she grew up, Jane, like from transition from Tekken 2 to Tekken 3, Jane was like, oh man, Jacks are awesome. I gotta build more Jacks. So she became like a research scientist kind of thing, but I always thought she was like, yeah, war sucks and stuff like that. She's just into robots. Should have her as a character. That'd be kind of weird. Probably wouldn't be cool. So basically no info. I mean, you could have guessed his background based on looking at him. It was like, yeah, he's a bio weapon. He's the ultimate bio. He's basically Nemesis or the tyrant. I didn't know that he was aligned with the G Corporation, though. That's very interesting. I didn't know that Jane was aligned with the G Corporation either. That's very peculiar. So I guess he's like the two sides of the same coin. Like, one is Jack and one is Gigas. Like, one's more biological, the other one's fully robot. I guess that's kind of interesting, but no hints to it being Marduk at all. So he could just be like a random dude they just took and like turned him into a monster. Interesting. They also didn't say whether it was voluntary or it was forced, so that's also very peculiar. Maybe, you know what, I feel like in his arcade ending or story mode ending, they're gonna imply like, oh yeah, it was Marduk or something. I'm not gonna say it outright. Moving on, alright, we got Josie Rizal, fighting style, Eskrima and kickboxing, country, the Philippines, my home country, woo. Having been a big crybaby since she was very young, her parents were big fans of martial arts and insisted that she train martial arts. Despite her reluctance at first, she later became accustomed to training kickboxing to live up her parents' expectations, although it hasn't cured her from being a crybaby. So basically, she's Leisha? Making a living by being a kickboxer and a model. Oh, Leisha slash Pyrrha. Oh, Pyrrha. Fuck Pyrrha. Making a living by being a kickboxer and a model. That's very interesting. She was on track to helping the household until a large typhoon in the country ravaged her home and creating widespread damage. To offer aid relief to the ravaged country, Tekken forces from Mishima Zaipatsu came to help out those afflicted, and Josie was inspired to become a Tekken Force member. Interesting. After that, she set out to Tekken Forces by taking their employment examination. So she actually has a storyline that I didn't expect. So I guess because she cries a lot, her family was like, go learn kickboxing, it'll not make you a crybaby? I don't really get that. I guess, I mean, to me, crybaby sounds like she complains a lot. So how would, I guess martial arts would teach her discipline? Also, being that she's a clone of Bruce, I don't really see how she uses Eskrima in there, because Eskrima is a lot of stick fighting, although maybe I'm wrong about my own country's martial arts and there is some hand-to-hand. There probably is some hand-to-hand stuff in there, but I think it's mostly known for stick fighting. So it's like 80-20 on that kickboxing and Screama stuff. Also, she's a model, which is actually pretty funny. She's definitely got the looks for it, but out of all the characters, I'm surprised it isn't Katarina. That's the one that's not the model, or maybe she is once I read her bio. Sure, I guess. I didn't expect the whole Tekken Force thing. I guess she's also like Chloe, and she's naive that they're not actually like a brutal mercenary organization. She's like, wow, Tekken Forces is so cool. I'm gonna help them, even though I'm not aware that they have an ulterior motive in sending relief to the Philippines. I wonder if she'll have like a Tekken Force like armor as like a custom outfit. Probably. I hope so. That'd be interesting. Because I remember in Tekken Revolution they were doing the polls for the new characters they were going to design, and the runner-up was like a super freaking sexy Tekken Force member. And I saw the early concept, and like her armor was literally just like a bra. It was just like a chainmail bikini style. That's fairly interesting, I suppose. I guess by going into the King of Iron Fist tournament, you can prove her worthiness to the Tekken Force? I guess, whatever. That's fairly interesting. Katarina Alves, fighting style Savate, which is a French high kicking style. Country, Brazil. Orphaned at, that's kind of disappointing that she's from Brazil. I hope she would be from some Central American country like Honduras or Costa Rica or Puerto Rico or something like that. Orphaned at a young age after losing both of her parents, Amanda later adopted her, although the relationship was distant at first, with her having bad things to say about her foster parent. Day by day went, and they slowly became close. One day, he mysteriously went missing, and Katarina was closely facing through tough times with no money to go out looking for him. Having recently seen a fly for the King of Senate enter the tournament, confident in her survival skills, she trained in self-defense to get the money to go out and find him. Oh, that's a really... To be honest, that's a really pale background. I mean, just like, I need money because I have no skills, so therefore I will... You know what? It's kind of like a shittier version of Law's background, because Law's like, I have no money because I have all these loans. I mean, all this debt, because my son was in the hospital and my business crashed and I have no money. So I'm going to enter the tournament to get money because I can't get money. At least with Law, he's like got a decent reason because his son is a friggin' idiot, and then Paul's like, here, my motorcycle bill, and stuff like that. Like, he needs the money fast, but her, it's like, I just can't get money. Like, I just can't get money. Like, but how would money mean that she would be able to find him? Like, how would she even afford to get into the tournament? I don't even know if there's like an entry fee, or like you need the money to travel around the world and shit, or that's all taken care of, or whatever. But she doesn't seem like she's poor to me. She seems like talking about her clothing, she seems like she knows her stuff. She knows her fashion, so I don't... Her background, and it's like, her only reason is just like, I'm gonna get money from the tournament? That's really it? That's kind of disappointing. I hope they would have something like, she's come some kind of like, some kind of femme fatale. Because they don't really, well, I guess Anna is, but maybe Katarina would be a more serious version of it, like some kind of, like, I imagine her some kind of like really like powerful like politician, to be honest. Oh, Hillary Clinton. No, what I mean, like an Iron Woman kind of sense. Speaking of politics, I wonder what Josie has to say about Duerte. Getting a little too close to politics. Kazumi Mishima, fighting style Hachijo style karate, country from Japan, of course. Hachijo refers to her older name before she got married to Heihachi. Oh, so her name is Kazumi Hachijo. Interesting. Or Hachijo Kazumi, or whatever you want to call it. Wife of Heihachi and practitioner of the karate, having been childhood friends with Heihachi, they later fell in love. After they married, they had a baby named him Kazuya. From there, they could live in peace, yada yada. Years later, Heihachi founded and formed a large-scale... Okay. Conglomerate, feeling for Heihachi turned to love. With Heihachi waged war with most of Kazumi and set out to stop him with the victims of the Mishima Zaibatsu in mind. Wait a second. This doesn't explain a lot of things, right? Okay, first of all, I know they're not going to explain a lot here, because this one is just for the people who've never heard of Kazumi before, but I thought she was dead. Wasn't she dead? Because it's been a long ass time. Was she just, like, doing nothing? Because I thought it was, like, the devil gene came from her. She tried to stop Heihachi, and she failed, and it passed to Kazuya. And then I thought she was, like, some kind of ghost, or something, huh? Maybe she's just been alive the whole time. I was always under the impression that she's been dead, and just like a zombie. Like, the way Jun is in Tekken Tag 2 is like, I thought Jun was dead, and I was like, what's up with that? I don't know. And, I think we got, okay, 2 more to go. We got Shaheen. Fighting style, military style, which is basically a CQC, or, Krav Maga, or Sambo is Russian, but, you know, one of those, like, very, very military style fighting styles. Country, Saudi Arabia. Bodyguard for a PMC, Shaheen is tasked in protecting key figures in the world. It is still said that under his guard, no one has come to be attacked. A friend to Shaheen that is a top figure in the oil industry who has, however, found mysteriously dead. I said that wrong. Although it was published it was an accidental death, Shaheen has always had his doubts. The G Corporation later acquired the private military company, and everyone that Shaheen was previously familiar with ended up resigning after the acquisition. Having figured all this was too much of a coincidence, Shaheen set out to find out the truth was really going on. So Shaheen, Shaheen's background actually reminds me a lot of Miguel, and that he wasn't personally targeted by the war. He was just like a consequence of it. Like it just happened to him, and he's thrown into the mix. So I mean, that's a pretty decent storyline. Is like he's loyal to his his buyers, and then he's like, hey, what's going on here? Something fishy about the Mishima Zaibatsu, and there you go. Oh, maybe that makes sense, because if never mind, the G Corporation. The G Corporation bought the PMC, then that would make sense that they would have armies, because I guess if they acquire all the PMCs, like a monopoly or something. And finally, Master Raven, fighting style ninjutsu, spelled wrong here on the page, I think. I think it's ninjutsu, not ninjutsu, but whatever. Country unknown, it's probably America or Canada. Attached to United Nations Secret Intelligence Service, she is a codename Master Raven. She's a high-ranked official with plenty of subordinates tasked in various dangerous missions, so basically her subordinate is Raven. With Heihachi Mishima reclaiming the Mishima Zaibatsu and waging war on the G Corporation, the activities of the Secret Service has been increased to monitor and report in the world, loyal to her duty, so basically the same exact storyline as Raven. Pretty much the same exact storyline, except that she's female and that she's probably better than him. Also, she's pretty much black Taki. I mean, look at the outfit. The really tight outfit, the long ponytail except it's dreads. Like the ninja attire, the whole the one sword that's not that long, it's kind of short. She's definitely just Tekken's version of Taki, and as sexualized as it is, like I actually kind of like her design, for reasons. That's about it. I thought Josie's was the most interesting. Everyone else is kind of what I expect them to be. Although I guess Shaheen's was typical, but it wasn't like super weird. Karina's was really disappointing. Gigas is what I expected. Claudio was what I expected, and Chloe is just low. So I guess that's my thoughts on it. And maybe the fact that they've released all this means that they're done with new characters. I mean, it seems like they're done. maybe. But then again, Master Raven is technically a new character, so maybe at Tokyo Game Show they'll release Lei, and it's like Lei's daughter or like his sister or something, or some form of Lei that isn't Lei, or maybe they'll just release Lei. You'll never know. So maybe can we just have Lei? Either way, guys. So that's about it for then. So I guess if there's another reveal, I'll probably do something on that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you somewhere. Bye.